happy back to school. And whether you started school this morning, like people here in Utah did, or you're starting next week, or the day after Labor Day, or you're starting at college, or high school, or junior high, or wherever you're starting school, good luck this year. I hope that everything goes really well for you. And I want to share some words of wisdom as someone who's been through it. I did elementary school, junior high, high school in 2 states. I went to college, finished college, graduated college, okay? I went through a lot of school, and there's something that I wished I had learned earlier. Now, you're going to have people who aren't very nice to you. Sometimes they may even fall into the category of being a bully. Don't let them define you. And even if they don't get all the way to the point of being a bully, if there's someone who's trying to tear you down or minimize your accomplishments, don't listen to them. Taylor Swift said haters gonna hate, right? And they are. You will always have naysayers in your life. You will always have people who want to bring you down. And if you let that get to you, it can stay with you for years and affect how you think of yourself. And here's why I'm bringing this up. A couple of weeks ago, I was going through some old papers that I had in a box. Some of the things that I've saved over the years to remind me of, growing up and things like that. And I found an old report card from my 8th grade year, junior high in Massachusetts, okay? And here it is. And I folded down the part with my personal info on it. But here it is. You'll see some okay scores, right? I wasn't a stellar student. Here's a C+. I passed. There's a B+, a C, I pass, an A-, a B. And kind of an average kid, right? Average scores. There's something on here on the other side, teachers' comments. These are things that the teachers could include on the report card to give more insight into maybe why you got that score or something you can improve on. And there's one comment on here that stuck out and came to define who I was as a person in 8th grade, but it stuck with me for my whole life. Too much friendly conversation. You see it there? Too much friendly conversation. Okay. The teachers could choose what comments they wanted to include on there, and that was a preset thing, but they could choose from a list. And this teacher specifically went out of their way to include that I talked too much in class, that I spent too much of the class time talking to my friends, having fun. So I took this home, showed it to my parents, we all laughed about it, and it was true, and it remains true to this day. I like to talk. I have a YouTube channel, and I'm talking to you right now, so it should be no surprise. But that is the one thing that we latched onto. And for years, that's the one thing that we've talked about and the one thing that we've thought about. And so I've spent a long time thinking of myself at this period of life in junior high as being somewhat of a screw-up. And for those of you who went through school with me at that time, you'll know that I did talk a lot. And I did struggle academically a little bit. And I struggled with bullies and things like that. Everything that kids today go through too. But we fixated on too much friendly conversation. It came to define who I was. And I want to point out something different now. Something that when I found this document and I started reading through it, changed my perspective on my entire growing up period. Okay? There are other teacher comments on here. Look at them all. Too much friendly conversation is just one of them, but look at these others. Consistent effort to do well. Consistently makes connections. Work habits commendable, has good attitude, worked hard. Good participation, works well. Good class participation, takes pride in work. Homework is thoroughly done. Homework is good. Work habits satisfactory. Consistent effort to do well. Conduct excellent. Consistent effort to do well, has good attitude, good class participation. Too much friendly conversation? That's one comment on here. And that's the only one that I remembered for years. But this also tells me I had a good attitude, I worked hard, I participated in class. I was a good student. I was a good kid. Don't get so hung up on the one negative thing that it starts to affect how you perceive yourself and how others perceive you. Focus on the positive. Block out the negative. That's the powerful lesson I learned. And so as you go back to school, or as someone you love goes back to school, don't focus so much on the failures. Use those as stepping stones to help you move on to something better. Use those to fall forward. And when you do fail, because it will happen, figure out what you can learn from that to make you better the next time. And celebrate your successes. Don't wait until decades have passed and you dig it out of a box to remember the good things that you're doing. Focus on the positive. Because you have worth, you have value, you have something to contribute. And you know what? Sometimes that thing is friendly conversation. And to those people I talked to during class and probably distracted, I hope you remember me as a friendly person. But I hope you also remember me as someone who worked hard, participated in class, and had a consistent effort to do well. So good luck this year. Think about the good that you can bring and share positivity. Spread that joy with other people. Because we need more of that in this world. Subscribe over here. I'll make your whole school year great. I'll give you a video to watch every day. And then over here, on the Western United States, check out some of the other videos that I've made on this channel. Leave your comments in the section below. Let me know. Have you had a similar life experience? Let's share the goodness. Thanks.